Alrighty, we got us a demonic on Team Blue. Blue. I like that mog. That's a good one. We also got Good in the back as a survival hunter. We got us a Karma GG port as a Karma GG port with Trevor in the back. Nice cross swords in the back. Pedro as Pharaoh. Pedro, be out of stealth. Stealthies, be out of stealth unless you're dueling. On Team Red, we got us this Boomasaur. Oh my god. That's a good looking helm for a corrupted. Well, if you're affliction, that would only be icing on the cake. We got Seavark as well on arcade. We got Fireworks going up first. Already Fireworks coming down by Pedro. Having to turn this around with a cheap shot. Shadow striking. Ooh, are we going to see big blood of the enemy? Big fireworks out of Fireworks. Looking like he's going to get a set up to Pedro. Is playing the Crucible of Flame. Shadow saving past Pedro. We'll introduce the rest of Team Red in just a moment while we're watching these two tussle. Heldrock is also on Team Red with Hesh as a Windwalker. Fireworks got himself Shadow Blades, wants to go for some big damage, open up by Pedro, and it's going to get quite a good amount of procs down. That's going to be Nightblade coming out for Fireworks, but he can't really commit with the rest of the damage onto Pedro. Looking to maybe Shadow Step. Does get to Shadow Step Pedro while Thorns are up and running. Still, Shadow Blades no longer rolling actually for Fireworks. Fireworks still has dots. Looking to get a sap onto Pedro. Needs to land the sap in order to get a proper opener. He's going to try to Phantomize him. That's a Phantomize. It's actually really good for his sub-rogues. You know why? Because Pedro does not get these openers. Ooh, somebody yard, cheap shot, get a shot, wobble combo. Fireworks put himself in a bad situation just now. That was a waste of Shadow Dance. Does he have another Shadow Step to get around Pedro? He does not. He's actually put himself in a bad spot. Mighty to vanish, looking to maybe get a shadowy duel. Does get a shadowy duel, but he's still... What? It looked like he got a shadowy duel with somebody, but Pedro still, I think he shadowy duel Pedro. I think he meant to target somebody, but he shadowy duel Pedro by accident. So Pedro got a big old mean bite in there. Either way, Fireworks came out, tried to show us some fireworks, and just kind of just died halfway through. That's unfortunate. That's really bad. That's really bad whenever you have like a firework go off or fireworks show and one of them just doesn't go off prematurely, just stops. Very unfortunate. See, we're picking up eyes, looking for the kitty cat. If he's able to get a bunch of arcane missiles in a row, Pedro is going to have to force rotate cooldowns. But Pedro's looking already to just start the game off with a lot of running. Hopefully, see where I got some shoes on, some comfortable running shoes, man. Because he's going to be doing a lot of running back and forth. It might even be easier just to let Pedro get the opener on him. But he's looking to maybe pick up the eyes again. Pedro trying to stalk the eyes. Somehow getting caught out in the open. Don't really know what happened. Looks like Pedro's the one who's trying to push in. But nope. Gonna back up immediately. Seavark needs to kind of stay close enough to Pedro where Pedro feels like he might be able to get any kind of setup onto Seavark. Needs to blink on top of the guy to maybe make him turn around. Is going to turn around. Walking away from the pillar. Don't give him any line of sight. And Seavark goes for more instant cast. Pedro does he go for a skull bash at all? I think Seavark needs to force out a skull bash at one point. Does knock out Pedro. Pedro is looking to maybe catch behind line of sight. Seavark is blinking in offensively. Trying to min-max the damage out here. He needs to go for arcane missiles around the corner. Is going to force out a skull bash out of Pedro. Nothing he can really do. Nova's him down. Needs to go for even more arcane barrages. That's going to be some kind of a weird Seavark effect coming out. I think it's actually a cloak thing happening for him. I think it's like just an extra effect from a cloak. I think it'll be used later in the raids and stuff, but we'll see. It's going to be Pedro getting smacked around with a couple more spells out of Seavark, but no missile barrages just yet. No arcane missile spam yet. Needs to force him out some more. Walking Pedro away from any line of sight. Needs to be doing good at that. He's going to get more arcane missiles. Not going for interrupts. Going to be a skull bash out of Pedro. As actually has Pedro super low. He's going to get himself a couple of different bites in there. And a couple of regrowths. Seavark got himself a bit of a temporal. Looking to maybe get some damage catch up on Pedro. But he does get a renewal up and running. Look at how healthy this man is. Healthy as a bull. Arcane missiles chasing him behind the pillar. Not enough damage. Guess it wasn't a proc kind of arcane missiles. Not clear casting type of arcane missiles. And Seavark is still struggling to catch up to the Feral. All he can essentially do is just dot him. And hope he has enough blinks in order to get around. Pedro just running the whole time. Pedro, my dude, do you really think you're going to win by running? I think you need to go up and put some bleeds on Seavark. I think you need to give him a big old bite. I don't really know. I mean, he's prolonging the game into dampening. And I guess you could do that against a mage. Because then the mage doesn't have healing, you have healing. But I don't really know, man. Just put himself up in a bad situation for the rest of his team. I mean, Karma GG port and Trevor both like dampening or no dampening because they need Karma to heal. Demoniac doesn't really need any, and Gyuro depends on how he plays. Nah, he kind of survival hunters do kind of like the low dampening because they can actually heal. They do have a legit heal. Looks to see if I'm trying to get some dots up and running against Pedro. Trying to see if he can barrage damage, but the line of sight is proving pretty detrimental for Seaver. Quite a bit of damage onto Pedro out of nowhere, but he's just going for full line of sight, full defensive play. Good thing at least not the Underrot trinket. At least that's not in play right now, right? At least that is not in play. I think Seaver needs to mount up and get on top of Pedro. And just basically stay next to him, almost in melee range. Going to be a Pedro opener. Seaver does trick it out of that opener from Pedro. Needs to continue spamming slows onto the Pharaoh as best as possible. Needs to get right next to him in order to be like, yo, hit me, hit me, hit me. And then kind of just bait him out in order to see if he can go for a skull bash onto missiles. Pedro is going to go for even longer games though. 3% dampening. Looking to catch a reset. Does not get a proper one. Looking to get some bleeds finally in Seaver, but he's just going to kite him around in the open. Pedro doesn't want to go behind the pillar, but Seaver, where he's going, I mean, the pillar is just not looking like a good potential area. Seaver is trying to get himself some distance. Maybe the skull bash out of Pedro. Does he get a skull bash out? Actually, not even going for skull bash. This actually might be really bad for Pedro. Not taking the shot. Every one of those shots you don't take is 100% of the shots you miss. Still not trying to skull bash. Trying to save it as a back and a pocket type of secret play. Bash with the Seaver does land the bash, finally able to get some bleeds up and running. While the wall is up and running, it's going to be his last wall for a bit. No healing available for Pedro. No defensives either. Seavark is going to get himself a bit of a temporal. Going for a self-heal with a crucible, a flame essence, more arcane missiles. He blinking around Pedro. Super low. Probably should have went for Skull Bash a lot earlier. Pedro is in a bad spot. Does he still hold on to a Skull Bash? Seavark is not barraging with arcane missiles just yet. That's going to be arcane orbit. Seavark is trying to desperately catch up to Pedro. Pedro trying to get away. Has even popped offensive cooldowns while available for Pedro as well. He popped offensives. Is that just to get defensive? I don't understand what the offenses was. He popped CDs. Oh my goodness. Pedro, if you lose this, after popping all those CDs and after running for as long as he did, come on, guy. Seavark blanket right next to Pedro. He wants to go into melee. Seavark just needs to give him an unwinnable position. Bash into Seavark. It's better to take quite a bit of dot damage. He's looking to get those regrows. Big bite onto Seavark, which gonna put Seavark back a little bit. Pedro going for even more line of sight. Barely any health left. Wall up and running. His last wall available. Seavark is still taking the skiddy on the walk. He's continuing to match slows on the guy over and over. Regrowths are coming out for Pedro. Invis coming in for Seavark. Pedro does not have the best line of sight right now. Actually, not in a good spot, but somehow he was able to kite around Seavark. He went exactly where Seavark wanted to go, or didn't want him to be. So that was quite good. That was just predictability. Arcane missiles coming now for Seavark, still trying to make that play work. Shield is up and running for him. Just need to make sure he does not get hit with a skull badge by Pedro. Arcane missiles is not going to be enough. Trying to get another set of arcane missiles flying. Not enough of damage. Pedro's rejuvenation is going to keep him alive. The regrowth is going to come into play. It is going to help him stabilize. And Seavark is just going to go for a little bit of food while he's got it. Does he have a trinket? He does. He could somehow get Pedro in a bad setup. Bash coming out for Pedro. Seavark trinkets out of it. No line of sight available for Pedro unless he starts running right now. Trying to commit some damage to Seavark with the root coming out. Seavark does need to get some damage onto Pedro. Gonna go for Crucible. It's gonna be arcane missiles. No Skull Bash available for Pedro for a while. Blinks around him actually. Oh my god, Pedro! You just got played. He just literally had to walk you out in the middle of nowhere. What is Hedge doing over there? Did he go to laugh at him? I think he went to laugh at the guy. I don't have sympathies for that playstyle, Pedro. I'm sorry, man. I don't have sympathies. Trevor's going to be up next, though. Are we going to see this interesting, similar play? Are we going to see the kite similar play? Or is Trevor going to have to go? I feel like Trevor, I don't know. He'll probably play very similarly as a monk. It's a really good arena for pillar humping for monks here. There's so many potential. These upper areas where he can just put down a port. It's so good whenever a monk needs to back up. But I think it's actually going to be Trevor more like chasing after Seavark. Seavark could really dictate where they're going to fight. He could choose where he wants to fight him. He could actually fight as far away from the port as possible. Next to the eyes or next to one of the rooms. He's going to go for a little bit of Invis. Try to see if he can catch himself a bit of a reset. Going to be some AoE out of Trevor. Almost like he knows what Seavark is at. And Seavark is just going to wait out until Trevor's super far away. Mounting up. Is Seavark going for some food? He's trying to get an eats, dude. That's going to be a port available for Trevor if he wants to do it. That's going to be Nova missing for Seavark. Very unlucky. He is going to use a gnome racial just to take himself out of the slows. Incap to follow, though. That's probably going to be maybe an ice block on the Seavark. Is going to go for ice block as damage comes out of Trevor without even touch of death coming out. Next touch of death could be really detrimental for Seavark. He's trying to go for arcane missiles back to back while blinking around. Actually turning the damage around on Trevor. Arcane Seavark just had a couple of good procs there with those nimble fingers, man. Making a work play just now. And he's still catching up on health as much as possible. He's actually catching up to be able to verse Trevor properly. Slow's coming up for Trevor some more. Seawork is going to continue the slow trade Trevor. No, dude, Tigers is coming out as the Nova comes in. Knock up for Trevor. Seawork is just trying to guide Trevor around as best possible. Is going to go for Temporal as the touch of death takes down. 30% dampening is going to reduce the healing of Temporal, but it's still going to make it really good healing. Arcane Missile's coming out in the open, and Trevor's actually looking to go for a port. Actually had to back up there for a second. Seawork does send one more Crucible of Flame in there, interrupting Trevor, who's forced to walk out open to Seawork, looking to maybe get a Karma in there. Does get the Karma. Trevor actually looking to go for some heal. Actually, no, getting some damage right now. Not going to go for healing. Seawork goes for a knockup. You see himself one more Arcane Missiles. Does get a Nova onto Trevor. I think he's done for the count as Mally's rolling to Seawork, and Trevor is going to go down to those missiles. Seawork living it out for the next duel. Demoniac up next with a Shadow Step. Garrote onto Seawork, getting a shot to follow. No way out of it for Seawork. Is that going to be Maledict to him? That's a Maledict. I think it's going to lock out the game. Seawork played him out as best as he could, but the poisons are going to be way too much, and Demoniac taking advantage of that opportunity. Next up is going to be what looks like Hesh, maybe? Maybe. Boom Story just slept. That's going to be cremation for Seawork. At least you get a warrior's death, right? Oh my god. It looks like it is going to be Hesh up next, giving Demoniac a little bit of a, hey, what's up? How's it going? Demoniac running at him, and Hesh just attacks him immediately. Doesn't go for a bow or nothing. Demoniac should have been in stealth either way, I guess. Does get a kidney shot onto Hesh after a Shadow Step. Does have evasion rolling too. Demoniac could max out that evasion, but it looks like Hesh is going to be still chasing after that evasion either way. Incapable Demoniac going to wait out that evasion a little bit. It's going to try to see if it can run him down. Demoniac increasing his own health with a battle mass of strength. And Hesh still has plenty of defensive. Demoniac just trying to backpedal a lot of that could vanish if he wanted to, and he's gonna eat a couple of those Fists of Furies either way. Blind onto Hesh. Why is lowish on health? I guess he was hoping to maybe get a trinket out of Hesh. But Hesh is going to wait until the next kidney shot that will be the 100% guaranteed kill. Demoniac now without evasion, without a blind, without a vanish. So that's a lot of cooldowns that was really committed into this duel against the Monk. I don't really know if Demoniac can come back. I mean, there's not enough healing left. I mean, he would need to go for heals over and over and over. And then maybe use Shadow Step to see if he can get around Hesh or something. He'll need to push up, give the shot in the opener, trying to go for Vendetta, which is going to instantly force the trinket out of Hesh with the wall up and running, trying to see if he can secure a kill on Demoniac right now, locking him on a Fist of Fury. Cloak shot is coming out for Demoniac, going to be Alexio by Hesh. Demoniac does get to go down. Hesh blinking back immediately as Karma Jijiport trying to get on top of his ass, immediately leg sweep, immediately trying to max out the damaging cap onto Karma, however. And Hesh is looking just to get himself a port in order to get away from Kara in case he goes in for the hard chase. Looking to use the port immediately as soon as he's in a bad spot. Actually going to go for a dragon kick while he's got the mobility. It could be a opportunity for him to catch a couple of heals. He was deciding whether he wants to go for a heal or not. He's kind of like standing, walking, maybe deciding whether he wants to mount up or not. And Karma Jijiport got his workout out for him. I think it would be best to pop a port somewhere and see if you might be able to kite Hesh in there. Actually, he does have a port right next to where Hesh is at. So if Hesh have a port, he knows how to port on top of him. So now both of the monks have plenty of cooldowns. Hesh trying to go for images. Fist of Fury coming out early. Karma trying to go for a Fist of Fury of his own. Parry for parry right now. It's going to be ring a piece. What looks like by a Hesh to disrupt Karma Jijiport's Fist of Fury. And does disrupt it. Mally rolling onto Hesh. He does reflect majority of it into Karma Jijiport. He's going to pop even more defenses in cap onto Karma right now. Hesh could go for big damage. Such as is going to come out. Does he have Lexup? He does have Lexup. Is the trinket out of Karma Jijiport. Trying to turn around his own Karma back into Hesh. Hesh is going to Karma that damage back into Karma. So Karma. So basically Karma is going to Karma, which is the worst way to put it in, but it's going to be Karma Jijiport trying to bail out. Hesh is on top of him. Let's keep it to Hesh right now. That's just by Karma Jijiport could actually have a setup right here. Fist of Fury coming out right now. If Hesh cannot stop the Fist of Fury, he might just be dead. Wall coming up right now. Oh, ends up killing Karma Jijiport right before the touch the things. Karma Jijiport just didn't survive long enough where Hesh would go down 100% guarantee to that touch of death. Gyuro is up next, getting the short stun onto Hesh. He doesn't have any defensive. Fist of Furies are flying, but that's going to be maybe some Crucibles, maybe a pet kill command. He does land in Mally onto Hesh. I don't think he really needed to. But Gyuro does end up securing a kill onto Hesh. And looks like it might be Held Rock up next as Boombasar is the last man standing. Never going to play, dude. He's just going for a nap. Look at him. He's just chilling casually in the back. I like that. But it looks like it's going to be Held Rock. Want to give Gyuro a bit of an honor duel. But Gyuro's already the one in camo. He was already the one in stealth, so Hesh. He just go. Oh, Held Rock. I keep calling him Hesh. So Held Rock is just gonna let Gyuro get the opener. Gyuro landing that cheeky Crucible out of stealth. Apparently, so Crucible does not take out a camo. Using Crucible out of camo, you can actually get damage. Like it actually hit Held Rock, and now Gyuro has an extra charge of Crucible. He can go for double Crucible later or the burst. And Hellrock is looking to charge at Gudo right now, going a bit of a long way in case there is a trap. He does force the pet to take all the traps, freezing trap onto Gudo's pet. It looks like it did break for a second. Stun onto Gudo, he triggers out immediately. Hellrock also triggered out of the stun as well. No CC for either one of these. Hellrock, though, does have quite a bit of advantage onto Gudo and damage right now. Looking to disengage. Gudo not really looking all that good as the Eagles are flying. Gonna go for Turtle Shell immediately. Is gonna go for a Feign Death as well as Mending Bandage. I don't really know. Disrupting his own Mending Bandage, however, probably not a good idea. Hellrock should have the advantage. Gudo popping in CDs, trying to go for some damage. Doesn't have any health left at all. It's gonna be a freezing trap onto Hellrock for a second. Gudo just looking to get away while he's got cooldowns rolling. So that's very unfortunate with his health. The dampening at 15 minutes is 62%. Gudo not seeing Hellrock going from the other corner. It looks like it's going to be done for the count. Hellrock wins. Team Seavark wins that one. Seavark with that clutch plays against the Feral. Patron did more healing than damage. Why? This is why you should actually just get on top of the mage and put some really strong bleeds. Get a big crucible. Like, you really need to get a strong opener on a mage. You can't just always keep running. You can't just always keep running. You have to turn around. You have to get yourself a big leap, big bash, really lock him down, put some big bleeds. Otherwise, you're just gonna, you're just gonna put yourself in the open.